Hey guys, me again with another LEGO gun build. Today we'll be taking a look at my first entry into the Apex Legends video game builds. Believe it or not, Apex Legends is pretty much the only game that I play right now exclusively. I played a little bit of some Call of Duty before the new Cold War was released. But I was playing that game primarily to unlock attachments for weapons so that I can build them out of Lego. And it turns out if you launch custom games, you can see all the attachments and stuff like that before having to level up the weapons. So there's no sense in me playing Call of Duty anymore. And Apex is pretty much the only thing I play. So I wanted to build something pretty iconic and unique from Apex Legends. And I decided to start with the P2020, specifically from Apex Legends. For those of you who don't know, Apex is a part of the Titanfall universe. So there is Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2, and you have the P2016 and the P2019, I think, as well, and the other games that look slightly different than this one. This is, I guess, the most updated version, if you will, the P2020. So this is what it looked like in its default view, basically, with nothing too much on it. I started with this, and then I kind of wanted to also trick it out and make it the more updated version, like you find attachments and stuff like that inside the game itself. There's 3 attachments that you can put on the P2020, at least right now anyhow, and that is the hammer point rounds, which does not change the overall look of the gun, only the bullet coming out the end because it makes it look a little bit more red instead of just a white. You can put a larger extended magazine on it, but it does not actually make the weapon magazine any bigger. And you can also put an optic on it. And the optic is what I decided to build next, as that did change it. And that is how we ended up with this. This is the P2020 with the digital threat optic on it. You can say in your head canon that it also has hammer points and the big purple extended magazine on it if you want. So you have a fully maxed out P2020. The digital threat is by far, in most people's eyes, the best sight that you can put on things. It has no magnification, but you can see through smoke with it, and it will highlight your enemies in red. So it's just like a whole bunch of other old Call of Duty sights that would highlight enemies in orange in terms of the tracker sight from Call of Duty Ghost. You also had the target finder from Black Ops 2, which would put those red diamonds over enemies, thermals. That type of stuff is pretty much what the digital threat is. So I decided to put that on the gun, and now it's a quote-unquote gold P2020, if you will. It has this extended rail that they end up putting on the P2020 when you mount optics on it. So I captured that look and the optic itself, and I still kind of really wanted to do a little bit more than just this. So what I ended up doing was also building the Hunter's Knife, is what it's called. It's a weapon charm. It's also shown to be wielded by bloodhounds. So I'm not entirely too sure if this is Bloodhound's personal knife or not, but I did want to include it. So now we have a P2020 that's fully maxed out with a knife, a melee build as well. And this is both of them placed together in one scene. And this is what it looks like inside of LDD. So pretty basic. We'll go ahead and try to grab everything here and bring it out. You can see that this is probably one of my better knife builds. A lot of curving going on, trying to capture that overall handle look. And then we get into the actual blade itself, which actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with everything that's going on. Nothing too major to talk about here. It is, after all, just a knife. And then we have the P2020 itself, which we can take and flip up for the sake of this. So you can see that the actual rail system gets mounted off to the side here. This is how it happens in game. I had a couple people come and help me in the game to capture some good screenshots of all of this. So this is how it actually mounts right here to the frame, and then it angles forward, and then you place the actual sight up on top of that. So we do have the digital threat mounted up on top of the P2020. We have the P2020 itself with its meat tenderizer up front, standoff device, if you will. We have the barrel running through it with the angled ports on it as well. You can see I did a little bit of some tomfoolery here to try to make it look like the barrel came all the way through using these slope pieces. It should come all the way up to here, but this is about as good as we could get there. So there's a couple of tricks going on there. Try to get that to look good. We did the slide serrations all the way through the slide using some offset brick building, basically. You can get a better view from here. So these are using jumper plates. So this is correctly where it should be in terms of stud placement. This is offset by one stud using jumper plates. This is incorrect placement. This is offset. And you alternate between all of this going forward to end up with the design that you see here. We have the digital readout in the back here. It's almost like a battery level. In blue, it's fully charged, and as you start to shoot, it'll slowly drop. In yellow, you're almost out of ammo, and then when you're in red, you are completely out of ammo. So that's what's going on there. I believe that this is a safety. It is on both sides. It's on a ball joint, so it does move up and down. And I believe that this is the slide lock, which is also on both sides. We have the trigger with the safety built into it. We have our magazine release as well. Most of these functions do not actually do anything. The mag release, for instance, you cannot actually push. It's just there for design. The slide lock does not do anything. The safety does move up and down, but you can't really do anything with it. And the slide lock does also move up and down because it's only mounted with one stud up here, but with how this rail system is built on this side, you would not be able to get much movement out of it. Trigger does move back and forth. Our magazine is removable. I believe I did a full-size magazine. Okay, come on, mouse. This is why I hate things sometimes. So we do have a full-size magazine to the best of the ability to fit inside of the grip. As you can see here, there is a round up top, and it can be placed into the gun itself. So that is the P2020, and it's a default skin, might I add, because there are skins that I could go back through and make in the future, honestly. And the Hunter's Knife, which is wielded by Bloodhound, I believe. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, comment, and subscribe for more videos similar to this one. I'll see you guys later in another YouTube video at another time.